2:47 a.m., the emergency operator received a terrifying call. A woman was whispering. She sounded scared. Then she said something chilling. "Someone is inside my house." The operator asked for her address, but suddenly, the call disconnected. Police rushed to the location immediately, but when officers arrived, the house was completely empty, and the phone that made the call was still lying on the kitchen table. The house belonged to Laura Bennett, a 29-year-old graphic designer living in a quiet neighborhood in Oregon. Laura lived alone. Her neighbors described her as friendly and quiet. Nothing unusual had ever happened in that area until that night. At 2:47 a.m., Laura dialed 911. The operator recorded everything. Laura sounded terrified. She whispered, "Please hurry." Someone broke in. The operator asked, "Where are you right now?" Laura replied quietly, "In the closet." Then suddenly, a loud noise was heard, and the call ended. Police arrived at the house within 6 minutes. The front door was slightly open. Officers carefully entered the house. The lights were off. The living room looked normal. Nothing seemed stolen. But something felt wrong. When officers reached the kitchen, they found Laura's phone. It was lying on the table. The emergency call was still open, but Laura was nowhere in the house. Police searched every room, closets, garage, backyard. But Laura had completely vanished. Police began a massive investigation. Neighbors were interviewed. Security cameras from nearby houses were checked. But the footage revealed something strange. No one was seen entering or leaving Laura's house that night. It was as if the person had disappeared into thin air. 3 days later, investigators discovered something disturbing. Laura's laptop showed several online messages. Someone had been threatening her for weeks. The messages were sent by an unknown account. The person kept writing one sentence: "I'm closer than you think." Police continued searching the house again. This time, they inspected the basement walls. One officer noticed something unusual: a small hidden door behind a storage shelf. When they opened it, they found a narrow crawl space between the walls, and inside that space, someone had been living there. Investigators discovered blankets, food wrappers, and empty water bottles. Someone had secretly been hiding inside the house for days. Then police checked fingerprints found inside the crawl space. The results shocked everyone. The suspect was David Cole, a former maintenance worker who had previously worked on the house months earlier. Police tracked David down 2 days later. He had been secretly living inside Laura's house walls, watching her, listening to her, waiting for the right moment. He was arrested and charged with kidnapping and stalking. Investigators later said something truly terrifying. David had been living inside the crawl space for nearly 2 weeks before the 911 call, which means every night, while Laura slept peacefully in her room, someone was secretly living inside the walls of her house, watching, listening, waiting. Stories like this remind us that sometimes the greatest dangers are closer than we think. If you enjoy true crime stories, subscribe for more disturbing cases. And tell me in the comments, what would you do if you discovered someone was secretly living inside your house?